Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition, another installment of BrickWall Reviews. I'm Dave. This is Sam, and tonight we are going to be going over the latest Netflix original film, Jingle Jangle, which is a musical fantasy film about Christmas. Well, not really Christmas, but about essentially the spirit of Christmas, you can say, because it's
So
kind of
about
Christmassy,
Christmas.
I guess. Before we get started, we want to remind you guys to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, join our Facebook group, all that great stuff. We want to thank you guys for constantly tuning in. We have new content every week. Sam does her anime reviews. She did her anime review last week on what was it? The bed and breakfast,
Mm-hmm.
and she'll be probably doing one next week. Uh, I'm here every Friday night with my Mandalorian reviews. And so that's pretty much it. Just remember to subscribe, guys. So Jingle Jangle, A Christmas Story is the full name of this film. It dropped on Netflix last week. I don't have the date here. No, I don't have the date. The plot is it's about decades after his apprentice betrays him. A once joyful toy maker finds his new hope when his bright young granddaughter appears at his doorstep. This cast it has Forrest Whitaker, Keegan Michael Key, Felicia Rashad, and a whole bunch of other. Ricky Martin does the voice of one of the characters. This little like Spanish toy. Uh, and has a whole bunch of cast of people. I haven't seen a lot of these people in any movies before. I know that the main girl in the movie, Journey Jangle, A Christmas Journey. Her name's Journey. It's pretty cool. She's played by newcomer Madeline Mills. So, and for this to be her first role, I
A
thought she did pretty
newcomer.
good. Yeah, this her first role. Is this her first role? It's her first film. I think she did really good. This movie's about 2 hours and 2 minutes long. I can see that now. It is a little lengthy. Rated PG, good family watch. And like I said before, it's a musical. The songs were co-written by John Legend, which I thought was really cool. Um, like I said, a lot of songs they have like a lot of different musical influences. You have some of the gospel influences, some a lot of Broadway stage influences. Does a little bit of doesn't really do like hip hop. Does like a little Caribbean sound in there too at one point. And yeah, yeah. The music is one thing I definitely really liked about this movie. I mean, do you have anything you want to say about this?
I mean, I think my favorite part is a little toy shaking his ass the whole time.
Yeah. So the toy, his name was his name was Don Juan Diego, and he was a toy that Forrest Whitaker's character had made in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, he pretty much have his own personality. And
Yeah,
so once the toy became alive, he found out that he was going to be sold and manufactured, and there would have been multiple Don Juan Julios. So he was like,
yeah, he didn't
he
want that to happen.
manipulated.
Yeah, he manipulated the apprentice who was Gustafon. And young Gustafon was played by Miles Barrow, and older Gustafon was played by Keegan Michael Key, which was this was I liked his performance in this. It was pretty good, a little more tame than what Keegan Michael Key usually does. He's usually always,
I'm
always.
gonna say that it was almost practically the same.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, so he manipulates
because it
his.
technically had being wild.
Yeah, his musical number was the best one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, his I mean I'll touch on the music just in a little second. Um so Don I was about to say Don Juan Julio. I started thinking about the liquor. Don Julio. Isn't that what it's called? Don Julio? Don Juan Diego. He manipulates Keegan Michael Key's character into pretty much stealing or borrowing the ideas of Forrest Whitaker's character, who was a toy inventor, made like these really elaborate, really spectacular toys that everyone loved. Everyone loved these toys. Everyone was like, I gotta get him real quick. That was like his livelihood was making toys, and people will go crazy for him. And the film kind of opens with this big musical number, pretty much saying like, "I finally found the perfect toy to make. I don't have to do anything else," which was kind of dumb. He kind of gave everything in his store away for free because he had so much faith in this Don Juan Diego toy to be his top prize, his top thing.
Well, he wasn't wrong to assume that. He was just wrong in knowing the outcome of the toy.
Yeah, yeah,
Because that is what would have happened if the toy didn't have was such a strong minded toy.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he wasn't wrong to assume, but then they say they say about making assumptions. The first three letters. So yeah, I mean that's what they say.
That's my first time hearing it.
It's not mine.
Oh wow, interesting. So he pretty much he makes Gustafon steal or borrow the toy, well, the invention book that his name is Jared. I'm not saying Geronicus. Oh, okay.
Geronimo.
Or Jerry, as the lady calls him. His little love interest, his Miss Parker.
Yeah, pretty much.
So he steals the book and makes like this big toy empire. He becomes like the richest guy in the town, the most popular toy salesman, but he only becomes that popular off of the ideas of Geronicus. Said it right this time. Don't know how many times I say it right. So this pretty much drives Geronicus into a state of debt. He owes the bank money. He's alienated his daughter
because the apprentice took his whole book. I mean, he didn't just take the doll from him. He took pretty much the inventions and how they're all made and stuff. So I mean, who's gonna remember all of that? Yeah. That's why he wrote it down so he wouldn't forget. Mm-hmm. But so yeah, that's why he ends up becoming in debt. And honestly, the real reason he became in debt is because he became depressed.
Yeah.
I mean, that it's just a chain reaction from what he experienced. So his psychological trauma caused him to pretty much alienate and shelter himself, his character, which caused him to, of course, ignore life. Mm-hmm. And where he could have turned it around, but I mean, who wouldn't have been depressed, So
yeah, and his wife died too.
Yeah, but his wife died, but that wasn't the cause of everything. The cause of everything was him losing his pretty much the technical rights to his inventions as it was stolen from him.
Yeah, so after
and
this
happens, to say his behavior didn't cause the wife to go into an early grave?
Yeah, because he did, and like you said, he did spiral after his invention book was stolen, and his most trusted ally was
But then too, I could see how what's his name?
Gustafon.
Yeah, how he felt because he's trying to communicate with him and with Geronicus, and Geronicus practically ignores him. Mm-hmm. I mean, I understand that he had a surprise or whatever for him, but apparently this is not like the first time that he's been ignored by him, because he's been trying to get him to look at his invention. He's like, no, after I do mine. So I'm gonna wait when you say no. After I do mine, then I'll get to you. Instead of I don't know that you're about to help me, because all the time you've been pushing me off and saying, let me do me, then I'll help you do you. Mm-hmm. So where it could have been something different, or he could have at least told him, well, I see, let me just finish working on this first. I mean, even if he did say it or whatever, but he could have handled that a different way to where this didn't even have to be an issue.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not to say Geronicus was completely in the right, but for Gustafon to be so easily manipulated. I mean, even though he fed off of the
he was easily manipulated because he felt ignored, and that also made him feel betrayed by Geronicus. Yeah, because he was practically being a right-hand man, pushing his stuff to the side, trying to help Geronicus when it appeared as if Geronicus wasn't even interested in helping him. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which and it has like a weird payoff at the end, because like at the end of the movie, spoilers, at the end of the movie, Jeronicus ends up giving Gustafon the one part that he needed to complete his tour.
And who's to say that he didn't go out and buy that part that day?
I knew you were about to say that.
Who's to say that?
But you know, and I looked at it in the beginning. He had on the tray. It was a little present box there, though.
I didn't pay no attention.
I looked at it when we went back and watched it. Another thing that I thought was pretty interesting about this movie is that the way Jeronicus carries his relationships now, like he doesn't really bring people in.
But you know what though, just when you say that, it makes me think because of the fact that Jeronicus' behavior is technically nothing new. To shelter himself from the world and from others when he is like in deep thought and when he needs the time to himself, which was practically expressed in the beginning of the movie. So I mean, we're just seeing the extent to which his self to which he spiraled after really alienating himself. And then, like I said, the fact that they were like, things were bad before the wife died, but after she died, they got even worse. That I think that tells you that Jeronicus was actually in a place where he was just out of it, and the wife was like carrying like okay, I'm just gonna carry it, and it could have caused her to die. All that stress of having to deal with, of course, a husband who now has practically severe mental issues.
I mean, it was so bad his eye went down.
Yeah, like his eyes were regular, and after old boy stole the book,
he got that Forrest Whitaker eye.
Here we go. The stress done hit that nerve in that eye, and now that's the nerve. So who's to say that? I mean, but just looking at the service of what they give us, yeah. I mean, like I said, this is like digging deep into this, but like surface wise.
What else do we have here for, huh?
To go to sleep.
I mean, there's the little girl. Just very quickly with Little Journey, I thought she was very well portrayed. She was really bright-eyed and smart and intelligent, and the movie doesn't shy away from telling you that it's okay to be really smart. It's okay to use your brain. It's okay to use your mind, and that there's no such thing as impossible, because even impossible has an equation that's solvable.
It's funny because like just because of like Black history, Black American history, the movie presented two key factors. It's the fact that magic for Black people, and it also presented the fact that Black people are inventors, and that Black people have been inventing, which we know Black people pretty much even invented a lot of things. A strong number of things that we use now, Black people actually invented, and that's like if you don't look it up, you won't know, of course. But then that's also not taught in schools. The amount of things and the amount of contributions that Black people actually made to society with their inventions. And for him to be the greatest inventor of the time, that's a Black man. Like that's a Black man being the greatest inventor, and that just goes to show you.
Yeah, and running a little parallel to that, what I like about this movie is it was set. I think this movie's set in like the 1800s or something.
I believe so.
For it to be set then, this is the most. I think it was really interesting how diverse this movie was and how it didn't treat any of the Black characters in this movie or any of the minority characters. A lot of minority characters too. It didn't treat them as like you're oppressed. Like the most oppression came from, we're the bank, you owe us money, come up with this idea. It wasn't like, hey boy, or
I don't remember where it was set though. Was it the United States?
I don't know. I don't think they had the setting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't remember where the geographical location, because that will play a major
role. Because there were a lot of British people in there, right? Because the little Steve Urkel, little British Steve Urkel in there. You had a couple of British accents. So I mean, maybe
like
for
I
all
said, the
intents and
geographical
purposes.
location would of course
Yeah.
have an impact on the way races are.
Okay. Well, for imagining if this is set in America, uh, I mean,
If it's set,
regardless of where
if
it was
it's set
set.
in America, no, it's not regardless of where it was set. Because if it was set in America, then of course it's not being realistic. But of course, if it's set in America, it also depends on where in America,
True.
because we know that during slavery, that some states, although they also had slaves, were you know still provided a sense of relief,
Mm-hmm.
and so it just depends.
Well, I mean, for all intents and purposes, just even for this movie to exist how it is with a majority black, well, practically an all black cast, and for it to be so empowering and not have any of those demeaning things that you would usually see in a movie with all black people like this, like, you would always have like that one little demeaning thing in there. It's just like, reminds you of where your place was or is, or et cetera, et cetera. It doesn't have that. Like, this is a
But you know what
really
I'm gonna say? It
big
has.
budgeted
It
film
has the
like that.
fact that like they say, like crabs in a barrel. You can't stand to see somebody doing good. You're just gonna you're gonna pull them down.
Yeah.
So I would say that aspect of it. But like I said, this is digging deep.
Yeah, but
So
and even with that, even to counter that, like you can change the races of this movie to practically any race, and you still get the same story. And I think it will be outside of the music. I think it will be like pretty much the exact same impact, like Crab and Barrel type thing. Like I feel like this story can translate to different
I'm
types
just
of
saying it on the
people.
extent of this actually being pretty much a black film,
Yeah.
being labeled as a black film,
Mm-hmm.
and just wanting to see the type of stereotypes that may be present in it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to turn this movie into like a race war.
Because it's not. It's a great movie. I mentioned earlier that
And
the
like I said,
music.
that's digging deep, because on the surface level, you wouldn't even think about anything like that.
Yeah. I mentioned earlier the music. I thought the music was really good. Everyone, I think everyone has a really good musical number. One of my favorites, and I'm looking right here, Miss Johnston, Lisa Davina Phillip, who played Miss Johnston. I thought her musical number is my second favorite, and it's my second favorite just because of you got the little group that come out.
Oh, yeah.
Start singing.
Like, where the hell did it come from?
Yeah.
And then it's funny because Geronimo. Yeah, because Geronimo, he kind of comments like, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah.
Like, and he doesn't say hell or whatever, but his mind's like, "The fuck? Where did people come?" And then you dancing. What you was coming in as you ain't doing something.
Yeah, and they came in a choreography and had the one dude with the bass. You feel better when you smile.
They've been working on that one all day.
I have. I'm glad you noticed.
Mm-hmm.
I think I did pretty good. Mm-hmm. I didn't try to stress my voice too much today. I wanted to hold it down.
There was one little flat on that.
Oh man, darn it. Okay, so yeah, no, those musical numbers are fun. I mean, it was the musical numbers were fun. They were real Broadway like. Like I could see this being a stage production. Like if you just said, "Oh yeah, this is a stage play" before it was a movie, I wouldn't have been surprised. But I'm like surprised.
Cats, everybody dancing and jumping out from all over the place.
Oh, let's not talk about Cats.
I'm not gonna talk about Cats. You know why? I've never seen it. I'm just gonna assume.
But yeah, I enjoyed it, and for this to be an original story, I know, like I said, some of the songs written by John Legend and all that good stuff. The songs were phenomenal. I thought they were really good. The opening number, again, like you can't have a good musical if your opening number is trash. This one was really good. They did the little Caribbean inspired song. Like nobody really sang it. It was more so like a little dance number almost. But again, this feeds into the diversity of it all. You had, again, it wasn't just black kids dancing or darker skinned people dancing. It was everyone was dancing. So I got a kick out of seeing different races kind of hit some of these dance moves. I got a kick out of it because I was like, come on, you're not about to kill it like this little girl.
I didn't even look that hard at those people,
Well, no, with that one Caribbean dance number, like when the little girl was out there killing, I was like, oh. Then I saw the two little white kids in crown. Like, come on, y'all wasn't killing it. They was killing.
That's like Kids Bop, you know. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, the choreography was really good. I was concerned for some people with them backflips. I was like, yo, how many times you had to practice that? Like, because you was going to get kicked in the head.
In their nature.
Yeah.
You know, they have to do
but still, like, if I don't know your logistics of backflipping and I got to walk under you during the whole number and, like, do my own little thing, I'm going to be scared the whole time.
First of all,
I'm going to need 3 weeks.
There's counts.
I understand that, but I'm still going to be nervous.
Well, that's why you're not the one.
On the 4th step, just make sure you hit that turn. When you hit that turn, they're gonna be doing the flip. I'm like, all right.
I mean, that's like learning how to be a cheerleader and going. You know, that's like dance routines. That's like watching. What was it? That little show that used to come on with them damn teams dancing and stuff. They be flipping and doing all types of stuff over each other. Cheerleading, they do flips and all types of stuff all over each other.
Yeah,
it's called counting and cadence.
Yeah, I know, but still, it's
so yeah, you just gonna be on the side because you're gonna be like, what number?
No, I said I'm in the back row. I'm in the back row. I'm on the front row dancing.
No, you're on the side.
I'm not
you're
under.
On the side.
Oh, I'm not under
you're
people doing flips. You ain't never seen me in choreography. That's why I'm in the
side.
Back row,
nah, I saw you with choreography. That's why
you ain't seen me in no choreography.
Oh, okay, you went straight on the side. Yeah.
But yeah, this
already in the towel. What you gonna do?
I'll be like those extras that get caught with like regular clothes on. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I like again. I can't say enough about Keegan Michael Key's musical number. I think every villain has a really good song, but I mean his is up there like I don't know somewhere high in my list.
I think that wasn't just a song, but his performance.
Yeah,
that's what actually
did. Yeah, his energy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could have a good song, but if it's not delivered correctly, you're not going to really pay attention to really being a good song.
But I've never heard like a bad guy song that was bad because I feel like everyone who's cast as a bad guy always brings that energy when it comes to the bad guy.
They got to because you want the people to not look at you as a bad guy.
Yeah. I like, and
even if the song is explicitly saying I'm gonna burn this bitch down.
I'm a burn.
Yeah, you're like, yeah. Ooh. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
you gonna burn it down. But I feel you though.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn that bitch down.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn right with you, bro. Like, matter of fact, perfect example of that is Be Prepared by Scar. Scar said, yo, I'm about to go run up in this nigga crib and kill him. He said, yo, I'm about to kill him. Get ready, because I'm a
had the whole damn Hitler vibe going. Like, come on.
That man was a whole Nazi. And I was like, yo, that's a banger right there. Like,
so yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, damn, this is a good song. First thing popped in my mind, what's the Lion King? I was like, trying to ramble like, damn, what's the songs in the Lion King? But anyway, yeah. So
you got Hakuna Matata and Be Prepared.
Listen, we're talking about bad guy songs.
Bad guy songs.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. Like the bad guy, like they always got to come through with their damn song. They got to make sure that thing is live.
Yeah,
like you don't want people to be like, damn, that is a bad guy, a bad song, bad guy. Nah, that's a good song.
Yeah, the bad guy songs.
I kind of sympathize with the bad guy because I like that song.
Yeah, it's always the bad guy songs and like the really flamboyant character song. Like again, like the you feel better when you smile. Like even when she did like a little reprise of it, like it was still funny. It was still
so he's gonna sit here and do that shit all night. All right.
Oh, I would do the
you
dance.
You feel better when you smile.
All right, I do the dance. Smile.
Yeah, right. But anyway, so yeah, I'm always team bad guy though. I'm always team bad guy because something causes them to become a bad guy. A lot of them had bad lives. Bad parents. So
yeah. And if you want to hear us talk more about bad guys, subscribe and let us know. We might rank some bad guys.
So it's always a good reason why. And so, I mean, they really didn't get into why, what's his name? Leviticus?
Veronica?
No. I know it wasn't Leviticus. It was just a joke. Gustafon?
Gustafon?
Oh, I know what the names are. I'm just joking. Ha ha ha. He. The names are right here. They got a whole list of names somewhere. But anyway, they really don't get into his background for us to understand, what he might have been going through.
Yeah.
During that time of the betrayal, or prior to the betrayal, his background or anything. So that I guess that's one thing that was lacking.
Yeah, he is a little one note.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. I mean, like I said, I think I mean, like I said, all the characters were really good. I mean,
yeah. I mean, for
I
the
like the
most
little
part,
puppet dude though. He was
that little
funny,
puppet dude
so.
was shaking his little puppet ass anytime he could. Yeah, he was. It was in no hot at the time. He was hot.
It was a ra-ta-ta-ta. Well, it's kind of funny because it's played by Ricky Martin.
Mm-hmm. Well, that explains everything. What they got to say about Ricky Martin? All he do is shake his ass all the time. What are you trying to say?
There's a risque joke about that. I can say.
What are you trying to say?
We're risque here.
What are you trying to say?
So the reception of this movie.
It might be two in that one. Yeah.
All respect. The reception of this movie has been really, really good though. Like people seem to love it. 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. People are definitely praising the songs, praising the performances. You can find a couple of songs on YouTube. Look them up, and I mean, if you like the songs, you're probably really gonna like the movie. It's a good counterbalance. Before we move on to our last bit, though, I do want to say I still don't believe they would have made it through the Blades, even if the theory of impossible is a thing.
Yeah,
I don't think they would have made it through the Blades. Like, come on.
I mean,
and there's this thing about a little robot too, but that's like the big crutch of the film is like there's a toy that's like a robot and he can do anything as long as you believe.
Okay, so first the toy robot. The apprentice, and of course, Jeronicus gets a new apprentice and he's making him sign paperwork or whatever. So, release information because he learned his lesson from Gustafon or whatever. Gustav. I'm calling him Gustav. I don't care. From Gustav. And so now Gustav, he's stolen a book 29 inventions later. He's finally run out of inventions. And so now he's spying on Jeronicus to see whether or not he made any inventions. And so little Ricky Martin, he is in his ear, slapping him. He's pretty much abusive. He's abusive, so he's pretty much slapping him around, telling him to go check it out. And so the granddaughter is just like, she's up there in the in the work area and stumbles upon this toy. Well, the toy stumbles upon her because whatever, her magic,
fantasy.
Her magic. So Gustav sees this and he's like, yeah, that's it right there. So anyway, he proceeds to steal the toy. He steals the toy. So now they're trying to get the toy back, and then boom, now we come to the Blades. I mean, the Blades it's just a fan. One of them big fans that I would say, what is it used for? Like,
I guess like cooling off a factory or something.
Yeah, like something like that, like those big fans.
Yeah.
And they got to try to get through. Now, what pissed me off was that instead of just taking our asses down there and, trying to jump through, we're all the way at the back.
Yeah, riding down the little.
Configuring a plan. And if it was just off by however much, like, let's just use seconds. Millisecond, what's this? I don't know.
Because it was off by an inch.
Like a blink of an eye, quick blink, blink, blink of an eye.
Yeah.
Then they could have been killed. So, and of course, Jeronicus, he explains it. I don't know, he's still so doubtful.
Yeah.
But the hope of an innocent child. That's what this is. The hope of an innocent child.
Inspires them to see the numbers in the air. And start.
Yeah,
y'all ever seen that show Numbers?
He had to get his magic back and his hope back because his innocence was stolen from him when he was betrayed by Gustav. So yeah, but the toy that they were, I understand what the magic of the toy was, but that toy could have been a better design. That was just like a big ET looking toy to me.
That's like I mean, it's something that is going to sell.
Like I could have seen if what's his name Gustav would have stole that one, And the Ricky Martin one was a little cute, sassy little toy that did the
Oh,
floating.
okay, like if it was the other way
Yeah,
around.
because the cute little sassy toy went with the villain, and now we got this big block looking like what's the
That only works on the power of belief. Like if they
no, I mean
didn't
that's
believe on
fine,
their
but
way
that but
down, they'd have
that's
died.
fine that it believes in the power of belief. It's just that damn toy looked like it was an ET replica. Like it was like this is ET go home. This is a collector's model of ET. Like I didn't like the way the toy looked. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was a strange design, but I
Yeah,
could see it
for it to
being
be like the
something
savior
that
toy. Like I see the Ricky Martin
if they
one.
would have focused a little bit more on that, I think it would have been something to come around to. But I can definitely see them selling that like in the store. Like
I mean,
I want
yeah, of course it would have been sold, but I'm just saying I didn't like the way it looked.
Yeah, I understand.
That's what I'm saying. Like for and then it was so very big and clunky. Like they couldn't even barely carry the little shit around. They had to push it. Like damn, this the savior.
Yeah, is this your king?
Yeah, pretty much.
So going into this movie, what were your thoughts going into this?
I didn't have any.
No. I saw the trailer one time, and again, I'm with you. I didn't have any. I just knew it was going to be all black cast. I was like, okay, this is going to be something that gets a lot of attention. But outside of that, I didn't really think anything much of it. What were some things that you really liked about this movie?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I like the little toy shaking his ass the whole time. That was so funny. I know that was funny.
Yeah.
I like some of the musical numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess you could always say that adults always have difficult times trying to, of course, express themselves because of pride and whatever other feelings, but mostly pride. And it always takes the innocence of a child, vast majority of the times, to to reverse a situation or to bring light to a situation. Because some children are innocent. Some of them other little, y'all know what y'all be doing. Yeah, morning, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I said enough of my likes. Really, just the performances,
I think I said enough
the Broadway
too.
feel, all that. I loved it.
So I'm like, damn,
what were
another like.
What were some things you disliked?
I dislike the fact that I want to say Forrest Whitaker character's eye. Like, if it wasn't like just let that be known. I think that would have been cute though. If it was like explicit, like his eyes were whatever, and then after he stole the inventions, that it caused him severe stress, and it caused the eye nerve to you know I mean, I'm just saying. I'm sorry.
Why does there have to be a backstory on the eye?
Huh?
So why does there have to be a backstory on the eye?
I'm not saying a backstory, but it just watching it, like if they would have been like,
Well, he did that in the flashback. What I thought was really funny, because the actor who plays the younger Forrest Whitaker, no disrespect to Forrest Whitaker, but he has he doesn't have the lazy eye.
I mean, it's no disrespect. I mean, that's just that's what is it like if you don't if somebody were to say Forrest Whitaker and you didn't know who it was and you see him playing for his movies, like, well, he's a character whose eye, like, everybody has something about them that's gonna make them known. So I mean that just happens to be a physical aspect. But Forrest Whitaker, I don't know if you care. Do you care? I mean, like, it hasn't stopped you from being successful.
After the reveal that a young character grows up to be Forrest Whitaker, it's like they show the flashback, and that character always goes back to having the eye.
He's far beyond the eye, but that's just something that you would know about him. Like, if you didn't know anything else. I mean, he is a great actor. I mean, yeah, he's a great actor. But at the end of the day, like, that's just the physical aspect of, just like they'll say J-Lo and her booty. Like, come on, like, it is what it is.
So dislikes. That's it.
I think so.
I
mean, it could have been some more dislikes, but I don't even know right now. I'm trying to think.
I'm not a big fan of. I mean, at a certain point, it kind of felt a little slow. So that's like my nitpick right there. But I can't really think of a severe dislike, like something worthy of me talking about. Can't really think of anything. Um. So like, did you like the ending? That's what it is. I didn't like the ending. It looked weird flying out the window like that.
To say they had magic, but I'm gonna say that they look weird because the grandchildren never, like I think I would look weird flying for the first time. I don't know what to do with
I
myself.
mean, no, not like in movie land, but like just like how it was shot and filmed. I was like, oh, you guys ran out of money, didn't you? Mm-hmm. You guys ran out of money.
And then I would also like to know if Geronicus was still alive. Because she's like, I'm gonna take you over there to meet him.
Oh yeah, it would have been nice to see an older Geronicus.
But you know what though? That too, or the fact that he's now something else. Yeah. I think that would have been cool to see because, like I said, he is magic and was an inventor, and could have,
yeah,
he could have been a robot over there.
True. I wonder if Journey ever hooked up with the little British boy, little British Urkel. She probably did.
I hope not because that would have been so generic.
Little British Urkel, did I do that?
It would have been it would have been so generic, and that's one thing I appreciated that they didn't get real generic with those two, and that it pretty much stayed at a friendship level. And even though he was like, "I like you," that could have been as a friend, Mm-hmm. Like at first they really wasn't like getting along. Yeah. So now we've gone through this, and so you know what, you're pretty cool. I like you. Yeah. So I'm just glad they didn't try to go that extra route.
Yeah. We talked about if anything stood out. That's practically what we've been talking about the whole time. We literally just said if there could have been a better ending, which is if we would have got to see Geronicus in the future and see that.
He would have been an old ass man. I ain't even gonna lie. Yeah. So, but when she was like, "We're gonna go see him," I'm like, so I was, just wondering.
Do you think this would be something like if they made a sequel? Do you think could you see it?
Yeah, I could see a sequel.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. I mean, now based off of what you just said, I kind of want to see that. But outside of that, nah. I'm fine with this. But
I could see a sequel off of it because we can get into what happens after Geronicus gets his hope back and his family back, and and who I don't know. We don't know how long he lived. Yeah. But that would have been a great story, being that all three, him, his daughter, and granddaughter, have the magic and the type of magic that they would have created. Mm-hmm. So I think that would have been good, and then it could also showed Gustav coming, probably being released from jail or whatever, and seeing if he, they might have him trying to steal another invention again. Yeah. He might go back, he just can't get over it. Like, damn, I was this close to being successful without having to steal. I just, and then he runs back into the doll again. Yeah. And a little doll is seeking revenge now because, Geronicus cut me off.
All right, so Netflix, if y'all watching, I think she just pitched the sequel. I mean, give her some of the cash. BrickWall said it first. BrickWall said it for, hey, Netflix, hey, come on, cut us that check. Get us in the writer room or something.
Yeah, you know what? I just contact me. I just need a couple of things. That's it. I ain't gonna be greedy. Just need a couple of things.
Just a couple. Yeah. So now in the pandemic, of course, we ask this question practically for everything that debuts on streaming. Is this something that I think would have done good in the theaters? And so my answer to that is I definitely think that this is something that if it played in theaters, it would have made a pretty decent amount of money. I don't think it would have been like really big or groundbreaking financially. And it appears now we have our executive producer coming to check in on us, demanding that she get her opinion in on this here video. Our executive producer, Xylo. Hello. You had thoughts?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Just came to check and make sure we're doing our job right.
Yep.
Okay. Yes. You know, there's a Boss Baby 2 coming out, and I'm surprised you need a cameo. They need to write you in. Okay. So do you think I was telling our audience here how I felt about how this would have been in theaters versus on streaming. I said that I think it would have made a decent amount, but I don't think it would have been groundbreaking. Yeah, I think streaming.
I mean, because it was of course gonna be a holiday movie. Depends on when they released it.
Mm-hmm.
They did probably like a Thanksgiving release. Of course, parents are gonna take, and it also depends on what else was gonna come out around that time.
Yeah.
And if we just base it on what came out now, then it would, it would do well. But if it was under normal circumstances, like I said, it just depends on what other family friendly movie that they would have had out.
Mm-hmm. I think this probably would have it would have had a potential to lose against a lot of competition. I'm not gonna sit here and try to cap just because it's a black film. But on the flip side of that, I think maybe, especially coming off of the recent passing of Chadwick Boseman and how people want to, the Black Lives Matter movement and all that stuff, I think that people would have came to support that to kind of feed off of our representation matters. We need to be out there to support ourselves in these films and mediums, blah, 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 blah. But I think streaming definitely served it a bit better than a theatrical release could have served it. So, that's how I feel about it. What are you rating this film? 1 to 5. On a scale of 1 to 5. 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. 4. I'm a higher 4, like a 4.8. Yeah, 4.8. I thought it was good. It's an enjoyable film. Definitely an enjoyable film. It's on Netflix now. Jingle, Jangle. One of those two. Jingle, Jangle. A Christmas a Christmas journey.
Not Jangle.
No, not Django Unchained.
Yeah, that's on the
whole. It is available now on Netflix to stream if you have a Netflix account or if you know someone who has a Netflix account.
Anyway, if you have access
go
to Netflix,
watch it with the family.
Go watch it there. Please remember to subscribe, like, share. I'll be here on Tuesday for an anime review. It's actually going to be what is it? I'll write it in later. I can't remember the title. But anyway, yeah, so that way you have a chance to watch. Yeah. So that way you have a chance to watch it as well, and hopefully be able to comment and share your opinions and, dispute me if necessary.
It won't be necessary.
But anyway, please remember to stay safe out there. We know the coronavirus is pretty much, at March levels again. So just make sure that you are taking all precautions and are maintaining and are abiding by the standards set out to ensure safety of those around us. Hopefully it won't get as bad as they're anticipating, because it's anticipated to get extremely severe. So hopefully it won't get that bad if we all just do our part and, try to get through this together.
Yep, definitely. Guys, continue to stay safe. I know it's the holiday season. You guys have a happy holiday. I'll be back here on Friday with my Mandalorian review. Guys, eat good. If you don't have to travel, don't travel. But if you do travel,
and if you can't cook, just make the best sandwich you can make, okay?
Yeah, guys, let's get this thing over with. All right. Have fun. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.